Hey, what is up, you sexy bees? This is Solanum-Heart here, and I am bringing you another My Worst video. Now, I haven't done one of these in quite a while. It's an old series that I used to do about 3 to 6 months ago. It only lasted a few episodes because I didn't really know what else to do with this series. But anyway, I'm going to be going into my worst experience on a bike, my worst bike injury, and just all this other stuff. It's just, you guys know what I'm talking about based on the title. So anyway, this was when I was 15, you guys. It's pretty crazy. This happened in June of 2012. It's insane how quickly that year went by, and it's just crazy to think about how it's already the end of 2013. So anyway, I was hanging out with some friends, and we were going to hang out somewhere else. We were going to get on bikes and go hang out somewhere else. Now the problem is I didn't bring my bike because it had like flat tires or something. Or actually the chain was fucked up from an old story I told about the very first bike crash that happened to me. This was a month before this one. So it's like, okay, well, I just healed from the first bike crash, and here's a segment from that. And he's like, hey man, if Tristan eats shit, you know, like if his bike crashes again, let me know. You have to let me know. Phone me up and let me know or something like that. And he's like, alright man, sounds good. Yeah, so it's pretty fucking ridiculous. And so my bike was basically out of commission, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't really bring my bike, bro. I got dropped off, because fuck that shit. And they're like, well, we're gonna go bike to some place. And I'm like, well, I want to go, but damn, like, I don't know what to do. So he had some pegs left over, and so we had 3 bikes to 4 people. So that ratio, that wasn't that great, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, alright, well, one of us is gonna have to ride pegs, and obviously me, because I didn't bring my fucking bike on purpose. Because, like, yeah, well, I'd rather not die, thank you, but, sad face. Anyway, so we're at his house, and we hook up the pegs and everything's going great, and I get on the back of his bike, and we take off, and it's pretty slow, it's pretty sketchy at first, but it's like, okay, well, you're just gonna hold on and stand. These were rear pegs, by the way. I don't know why we'd hook up front ones, but anyway, if you guys can picture that. So I'm standing right above the tire, very, very sketchy spot for that groin, though. And that was a thing. So anyway, we start going in the back of a Costco parking lot and over these speed bumps. And there's a bunch of Costco parking lot speed bumps. And like we were in the literal back part where like the docking, winky face, where they do that. So there's literally 10 to 12 consecutive speed bumps. And so we're like, all right, well, this isn't too great. And we're obviously going very, very slowly. Even though I could have just got off and walked, but it's like, all right, well, let's watch you do this. So we get to the top of this hill and we're going around, and we're about to go down another hill to take off in a different direction. So we're like, all right, well, we're gonna go down this hill. And so I was like, I was gonna be on the back of the pegs, and originally I was like, yeah, fuck that, because I'm gonna die, dude. Like, I don't want to go this fast on the back of a bike with pegs, especially because, well, I haven't ridden pegs in fucking like 7-8 years when they used to be cool, and the fact that it's just sketchy in general, bro. Like, I don't want to get injured because whatever, and I'm right above the tire, and so it would just be gnarly had us crash, right? So they're like, no, just stop being a bitch, and just do it. And it's like, yeah, but I don't wanna. And so it's just like, all right, well, I finally reluctantly agreed to go down this hill on the back of the pegs with one of my friend's bikes. And so it's like, okay, well, this is gonna be great. So I start holding on, and my friend had wanted to videotape this because he knew something was gonna go wrong. They fucking set this shit up, I swear to God. And if you're watching this, you know you set this up. So anyway, they knew this hill full well, and they knew exactly what the fuck was going on, and I didn't. So basically, at the bottom of this hill, there's this quote-quote speed bump. Now, it's not really a speed bump. It's one of those very long ones that just raise off the ground just to keep people from going over the speed limit inside residential areas. Now, I was like, okay, well, I didn't know that because you can't see it from the top of the hill because it's right around the corner. So it's like, okay, well, and so I get on the back of pegs, and my friend is up at the top trying to videotape. He knows something's going to go wrong, which worries me, of course. But it's like, I'll be fine, you know, the adrenaline's going, and I'm freaking out at this point, and I don't know what to do, and I'm just like, okay, well, let's just get on the back of the pegs, you know, what's the worst that could happen, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And so we start going down this hill, and my friend is trying to get his video camera open at, well, his cell phone, but he's trying to get his video started, and he ends up apparently taking a video of himself, like of his face and stuff, which I thought was hilarious, because oh man, if he got that on video, that would have been, I would have showed it to you guys, obviously, but it would have been legendary. So anyway, he does that, and he's still pissed about that to this day. But anyway, we start going down the hill, and we get maybe probably 25 feet down the hill, almost halfway, and it's like, all right, well, and they're like, yeah, there's a speed bump up ahead. And I'm like, a speed bump? Are you fucking kidding me? Especially because we just went through the Costco parking lot where there were just a bunch of very, very tall, short speed bumps, the ones that would buck you off. And this was my thought process, guys, is let's say you're going down. So I'll get into what I do. You could probably imagine at this point. But let's get into my thought process here, because I'm going down a hill. I'm going moderately fast, 15 miles an hour at this point. Probably would have got up to maybe 20, maybe 17, 20. Anyway, going pretty fast, and if I had hit a Costco speed bump on a bike at this point on pegs, now maybe if I were riding it I would be able to tough it out and maybe not die, but yeah, I was on pegs, and so pegs are sketchy enough on regular road, but when you hear speed bump on a hill you've never seen going on pegs, it immediately occurred to me that this was a Costco speed bump. This was not a pleasant, long speed bump that I totally most likely would have been fine on had I stayed on the back of the pegs going this speed. So I'm like, okay, well, I hear speed bump, and I don't even take any time to think. I'm like, oh shit, speed bump, I'm gonna get bucked off. And so I dolphin dove off of the bike, and obviously at this point I knew I couldn't outrun the bike or keep up to the speed, so I was gonna fall over. But my thought process was, look, I can take the small injury now, or I can get bucked off and eat shit later. So how I imagined it, it's just like, I probably would have exploded. But anyway, that's how I pictured what would have happened had I stayed on the pegs with a regular speed bump. But anyway, so I dive off this, and I'm just like, oh god, oh god. And so I start running, obviously, like you would try to do, but we're going about 15 miles an hour, and I can't run 15 miles an hour, so I eat shit. And I basically, I put my hands out, and I slide a little bit, and I slid on my right side a little bit, and I had also slid on my face. Yes, my literal face. I hit the ground, and I slid a solid foot. That's what my friend said, and the injuries were evident also. So there was a scuff on the right side of my head. I didn't have a concussion or anything. I didn't hit my head that hard because I used my hands to stop the brace, but I did literally slide on my face for about a foot originally going 15 miles an hour. And so my friend gets to the bottom of the hill, and my other friend at the top of the hill who tried to videotape it originally is laughing hysterically. They all start laughing, and I'm completely silent at this point. I'm really mad. I'm also in quite a bit of pain, but I'm like, okay, well, I stand up, and I'm just completely silent during this thing, and I just start walking, and they're asking me oh my god, why did you jump off, you fucking idiot, and then I see the speed bump. And I was irate at this point that there was this little teeny bitty, not even a real speed bump, just this little tiny, if you could consider a speed bump, it had a sign and everything. It's just, I would have been fine. That's just the ridiculous part. But I heard speed bump. I thought Costco, we'd just been there, and I thought I was going to get bucked off and die. So anyway, I scrape my face, and we get back, and I put some alcohol on it or whatever. It healed okay. Good thing it was summer. Didn't have to see any girls, and yeah, I had cut open my right hip again from the very first injury. I really hope you guys did enjoy this story. If you did, don't forget to leave it a like. I haven't done one of these in quite a while. Just a story, I don't know, I'm running out, guys. But I really hope you did enjoy. Have a great day, and remember the fact that I love you.